A highway spokesman said engineers were still trying to determine why the newly finished bridge collapsed. Because of the late hour, no fatalities were reported. However, the situation...
Do you mind?
Do you? I was trying to watch that.
How can anyone watch the television so early in the morning?
Well, it's my attempt to keep up with world events. A futile one, obviously.
Sorry. Just really tired.
Didn't you sleep well?
No. I tossed and turned all night. I'm surprised I didn't keep you awake.
Slept like a log.
How can you?
Clear conscience, I guess.
Well, I have a clear conscience. It's something else that's bothering me.
Natalie's death?
Yes, I kept turning it over in my mind all night, and it still doesn't make any sense.
Anything specific?
What you said.
Well, I said a lot of things.
Yes, and it all bothers me.
The fact that Natalie was a DVX spy.
That I can believe. It's what you intimated about Grant.
Well, it might be Grant. Might also be Luke.
Robert,
I'm just speculating.
Then go ahead, speculate. I didn't mean to interrupt your train of thought.
The train has stopped momentarily.
You don't want to talk about Luke?
Right.
Because of me and Luke?
Nope.
Robert, I assure you that I'm not asking about Luke for the reason you think I'm asking.
You're just plain bloody curious.
Then satisfy my curiosity.
Look, I said I'm only speculating.
Mind if I do the same? Natalie was in this house. She was looking for the microfilm.
Right.
She was shot here. And you think that Luke is involved in whatever she was involved in?
Yeah, the thought had crossed my mind.
I don't believe that you would suspect Luke just because he was friends with Natalie.
Well, what makes you think I do?
Because I know how your mind works.
Do you?
Yeah, logically and deductively.
Then go on.
Natalie and Luke were very close.
They were friends, yeah.
Very close friends. But let me just backtrack for a minute here. When Natalie came to Port Charles, before she moved here, she had already come here once to visit the hospital, right?
Correct.
At that time, she knew that Luke was alive, but she didn't tell anyone.
Correct again.
When Luke did come back, she followed just shortly afterwards.
Very shortly after.
Luke has always been devoted to her. He says that without her, he would have never walked again.
Well, that's debatable.
Nevertheless, that's how he feels.
Where is all this going, Holly?
To why I think you suspect Luke.
I never said that.
He's not easily duped. You're thinking that if he were that close to Natalie, he would have figured out who she was.
And if he figured that out, why then would he be a friend?
Luke is very loyal to his friends. Even if he was a little suspicious, maybe his loyalty blinded him from figuring out who she was.
That's possible.
Just because he's her friend doesn't make him a spy, too. I mean, Robert, we can't have made him that bitter, can we?
No. No. But the thought had crossed my mind.
So you don't actually suspect Luke of being involved with Natalie?
Maybe unwittingly.
How do you mean?
You were right when you said that Luke is clever and not easily duped. But the point is, the DVX is a highly professional body, trained to do just that.
What?
Fool people. It's my considered opinion that Natalie used Luke.
Do you think that Luke may have been helping Natalie without realizing it?
It's a possibility.
So you think he knows more about the missing disc and he's just not admitting it?
Quite frankly, I don't know. I don't think Natalie knew either.
Why?
If Natalie thought that Luke had the disc, she'd have gotten it from him, and the WSB would know about it by now.
I didn't really think that you could think Luke was involved with the DVX.
He may be bitter, but he's not unprincipled. Not the way that Grant is.
We're back to Grant again. I think that you're really convinced that Grant is guilty.
Scorpio.
Steve is here.
What have you got for me?
Our man just tried to run a car under the alias of Dr. Harold Scanlon.
And?
They couldn't get him in the car till Friday, so he left.
In a hurry?
In a big hurry.
Sounds like he could be trying to bolt. Now follow him. Stop him if he tries to leave town.
Yes, sir.
New development?
Sounds like our man could be trying to make a run for it.
So you do know who the other mole is?
I have an idea. Are you still interested in helping me?
What can I do?
I want you to have a little talk to Celia.
About Grant?
Right.
Robert, I don't think Grant killed Natalie.
But he could have had someone else do it.
It's just too unbelievable.
All right, so help me, and we'll clear it up once and for all.
What do you want me to say to her?
Just casual chat. Ask her how Grant's been lately. You know, stuff like that.
In essence, you want me to get her to squeal on him?
Look, she's already suspicious of the guy. What about those fingerprints? I want to know why she wanted them.
It might not be easy to get her to open up to me.
Why? You're her best friend.
Yes, but he's her husband. What makes you think she's going to betray the man she loves?
If Grant is the mole, he never married Celia for love. On the other hand, if he isn't the mole, well, no harm's been done.
Oh, I'm not so sure about that.
Why?
I just don't know that my friendship with Celia could withstand her possibly finding out that I'm trying to nail her husband.
Look, if this clears up her husband's behavior, then she's going to thank you for it. Will you do it?
Hi.
Hello.
Would you like something to drink?
No, thank you. I think I'll just wait till Grant gets here.
Yes, well, I know he's joining you for lunch, so I won't keep you too long.
Something wrong?
No?
Well, you seem a little nervous.
Oh, do I? I'm just tired, probably. Didn't get much sleep last night, did you?
No, not really. So why is it? What's so important that you had to see me today?
Well, we haven't had much of a chance to chat lately.
Holly, we just saw each other last night.
Oh, no, I mean, personally, girl talk.
Is there anything specific that you wanted to talk about? Because Grant is going to be here any minute.
Actually, I was wondering, how are things going with Grant at the moment?
Wonderful. Why would you think anything else?
Well, you had been telling me that you were very worried about it lately.
Holly, you know me. I just have a tendency to blow things all out of proportion.
So he's been in a good mood lately, then?
Why do you ask?
Well, you were so concerned about his changing moods, loving one moment and cold and distant the next.
Yes, well, that was just my fault.
Your fault?
Yes, I was imagining things.
How?
Holly, he was under a lot of strain at work, and I was taking it personally.
So things are fine now?
I keep saying that, Holly. Why do you keep asking?
Well, I was just thinking that maybe you'd need somebody to talk to, especially now.
Why, especially now?
Well, with Gerald's death, it must have been devastating to Grant. And then Natalie, too, he must have been even more upset.
Why should he be?
Well, I know they were very close.
Natalie meant no more to Grant than any other person he worked with.
Oh, I think you're wrong.
Really?
Yes, they practically worked as a team together, from what I could see.
What do you mean, as a team?
Well, in the hospital, of course. Where else?
Holly, I am really not in the mood for all this prying.
I wasn't prying. I was just asking.
Well, you were asking like a policeman. You sound like your husband.
Well, I assure you, I didn't mean to.
Well, then I guess it just comes naturally for you. After the life you've led, it must come second nature to you to attribute rotten, unsavory motives to perfectly normal actions.
I think I'd better leave.
Holly, wait. I'm sorry. I'm just really tired. Just forget what I said, okay?
Sorry, I didn't mean to upset you.
Grant and I are very happy, Holly.
Yes, and I wasn't implying you weren't. Please don't misunderstand.
It's just kind of a touchy subject, that's all.
Well, you've been through a lot lately. Maybe we should talk about it.
Why?
Perhaps I could help.
Grant in my private life is just that, Holly, private.
Sometimes it helps, to have an objective view.
Why this sudden interest?
It's not sudden. We've been talking about your problems with Grant for a long time now.
Well, I don't want to anymore.
Well, maybe we should.
Why?
Celia, I don't want to see you end up getting hurt.
Well, what makes you think I would?
You will if you keep on covering things up like this.
You make it seem like I am hiding something from you, Holly.
Please, Celia, just be honest with me.
About what?
About everything.
I really wish, Holly, if you had something to say, you would just come right out and say it.
All right, about those fingerprints you asked me to identify.
I told you to forget about that. I was acting silly.
You knew all along that they belonged to Grant, didn't you?
No, Holly. No, I told you.
Celia, I know you very well. I can tell when you're lying.
Oh, so now you're a mind reader?
Celia, why were you taking your husband's fingerprints? Did you think they belonged to someone other than Grant Putnam?
Being married to policemen has affected your mind, Holly.
If there is something wrong, you're not going to do any good at all by pretending that it isn't happening.
If anyone's pretending, it's you, Holly. Pretending to be my friend when all you want to do is break Grant and me up by your ridiculous accusations and innuendos.
I'm just trying to get to the bottom of this.
You have been reading way too many mystery novels, Holly. Everything is fine.
That's what you keep saying.
I think you'd better leave now, Holly.
Hello, Holly. I didn't realize you were going to be having lunch with us.
She isn't.
If you're sure you won't change your mind.
I won't. Goodbye, Holly.
Come on, now, don't all that bad.
Celia practically called me a crook.
Practically doesn't count.
Well, it does to me. And she accused me of being a spy for my policeman husband.
You're too soft and mushy to be a spy. You make a better con woman.
You're not taking this very seriously.
And you're taking it too hard.
I didn't find out a thing.
You said Celia was evasive.
And vicious.
A dog snaps at you for two reasons. When it's scared and when it's protecting its territory.
So you think maybe she's covering for Grant?
Could be. Something certainly got her uptight. Scorpio. When? Do I know how long it's been there? Okay. Try to get a dental ID as soon as possible. Yeah, I'll be right there.
What is it?
It's headquarters. They just fished a body out of the river. Had a monogrammed watch on it. Initials BW.
BW, does that mean something?
Could be that we found Grant's missing friend, Bunny Willis.
Robert?
Sorry, guess again.
Oh, Luke,
That's
sorry,
all right.
I thought...
No apology necessary. Is the man of the house in?
No.
When do you expect him home?
Well, I'm not sure. He's at police headquarters if you want to try him there.
No, I don't think I want to disturb him there.
Why do you want to talk to Robert?
Why shouldn't I?
It's just a friendly chat, is it?
Holly, are you screening his calls?
No, of course not. I was just wondering...
Okay. Well, nothing wrong with wondering. I've been wondering for a long time, and look at me.
Can I take a message?
No, I don't think so.
I will give it to him.
I'm sure you will, but I'd rather deliver that message in person.
When he comes back, do you want me to have him call you at the casino?
No, I'm not there.
Are you out of town?
Why do you ask?
Because it sounds like a long-distance line.
Ah, yes. The ear of a detective. Actually, I'm in the mountains.
Our mountain?
These days, it's anybody's mountain. English.
What are you doing there?
Oh, I'm just sort of kicking back, chilling out.
I see.
Holly, I really do need to talk to him, and the reason is that I've made a decision about something.
Yes, the mountain's always a good place to do that.
Yes, always. I'm going to be back in Port Charles on Friday. I would like to see Robert as soon as possible.
About your decision?
Would you just give him the message, please? I would like to see him on Friday.
Yes, of course.
Thank you.
Luke?
Yeah?
Have the leaves started to change yet?
Yeah, they started to change.
It must be lovely.
It is, darling. It's lovely. Goodbye.
Darling, move away from the door.
No!
Grant? Celia? I have some rather disturbing news for you.
What is it?
The body of Bunny Willis has been fished out of the Port Charles River. I think you better come down to headquarters with me.